Hi Aquarius, welcome into a brief next 48-hour tarot reading for you. I of course want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading, but as always keep in mind as we proceed, it is general for the next 48, beginning around when you were guided or drawn to this video, not just following when I post it. But I hope you're doing well. Let's jump right into it. We're going to pull from the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck and then see where the reading takes us. For Aquarius, I feel like you could be spiritually messed with in the next 48, but it feels like there's an improvement in your energy, in your vibe, how you're feeling in the next 48 in comparison to recently. However far back that rewinds for you, I mean, that could have began or felt that transition in your energy happening, a few days or a couple days or a day before this 2-day period. But either way, the point is there's a highlight in the fact that you are glowing, feeling better. There's a focus on your individual beauty. But you're going to feel as if in the next 2 days, it's hard not to focus on the positives, the beauty in this world. It's like you might have been focusing too much on the imperfections, the negatives recently. And even if you weren't, the next 2 days is a reminder how beneficial for you individually, in a multitude of ways it is to walk in beauty. There might also be a focus on your good looks, on you taking care of yourself. Your connection to the universe may take a highlight. But there's a powerful way about you that feels quite peaceful to me, honestly. I'm really feeling connected to your energy. I mean, if you look at that imagery, there's a magical power about how, he's channeling, about how he's connected to the universe, and one with himself and what he's learned, knows, and is open to learning and gaining moving forward. Beautiful. It feels like you can't help but think about change, about the new, about what you desire, but also very much loving where you're at least for the most part. But again, it's going to be hard not to ignore or just discard the negatives or the imperfections. But look at reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. Again, I mean, you don't get the Walk in Beauty card and the Shining Bright card, Brightly card if you don't have this glow about you, this aura that's drawing people in. Again, a focus on your energy. It feels like you're being viewed as the star that you truly are as an Aquarius, forgetting at times that you do represent the star card. But I do feel like your wishes, your goals, your dreams, a destination for you specifically is going to take a highlight. Feeling a bit out of reach at this point, but there's a realistic approach that you have come up with recently. It might perfect moving forward, add on to, or you might just be coming up with in the next 48 or soon after that. Being reminded that if you desire it, then you will manifest it. I feel as if this is coming through in regards to you manifesting something once upon a time. It could be where you're at now, say where you live, where you moved to, where you are working, or just a business you're running, how successful it is now, or at least the progress it's made or you've made with it. But it feels like you have this magical power about how you channel your focus, your intentions, your desires, and even your needs to the point where your connection to the universe, the spiritual realm, and your higher self, your intuition, leads you in the right direction. And so you'll get to that destination. Beautiful. But I do feel like at times you feel, for the better and for the worse, that you're kind of in a bubble. I mean, there's a reason I'm doing your reading after the daily I just did for Monday, where I did speak upon that to an extent, but it feels like all the meanwhile, they're saying reflect and redirect your energy when need be, okay? To remember that you're in the driver's seat in that sense. Squirrels may pop up in the next 48 as a reminder to keep your energy consistently balanced and grounded and peaceful, and not to let any factors outside of you continue to adjust that in the wrong direction, given, say, you're empathic or something startles you, or somebody's loud or just has bad energy. You know what I mean? It's obviously going to affect you to a certain extent, at least at certain points in the next 48, some more than others, obviously. But it feels like that's going to be up to you, like it has been in the past, to cleanse your energy or step away from that situation or just not let it affect you. Move back onto focusing, redirect your energy and focus towards something productive or better feeling for you, right? Feeling good. I'm really feeling music and potential productive, purposeful content regardless of how that looks for you coming into play. I do feel like that there's some content creators being drawn to this reading, even if that's very minimal for you. You might think about getting back to doing that or doing it more. You might just feel very guided to create content or create something else of importance for you for a release or just for that creative vibe, or just it might be part of an activity or project, a hobby, your work even. There's going to be a very hands-on, creative, purposeful vibe about the next 48. Beautiful start. And the last of the oracle before we move on to the tarot, the wandering path card, enjoy the journey. There's a feeling that a lot drawn to the reading like myself feel a bit like a wandering, they're saying warrior. I love that, wandering warrior. Just feeling sort of guided at certain points to be spontaneous, but it's more strategic and planned out and methodical behind the scenes than it seems. Because you're more strategic in regards to who you're updating, what you're sharing with people, right? So it feels like there's a focus on how strategic you actually are, but with that spontaneous vibe intertwined and wrapped up into it. And so I feel like people may even be focusing on this, whether it's people in your life, people just tuning into your online content. But I do feel like there's a focus on you being in the right spot at the right time in a larger sense and in a smaller sense. Your internal compass is taking a highlight, okay? And I feel like in general, going back to the last message, where you end up in the next 48 certain points randomly, say you decide to wander about the city, the county, the town you live in, or you just go for a drive or whatever the case may be, you end up where you're meant to. It could even be when you're, say, going to a meeting or something of importance. I'm hearing performance, and you just end up a little bit early, or it just could be more so in regards to you being in that area on time, but it's just, there's something about that that's going to be of significance, purposeful once again for you. I want to actually pull a Kipper card. Adjudication and house. There's a focus on your house situation. Okay, you could be thinking about a new one, where you're at now, where you've lived. So it just feels like this could be bouncing around in your head, your awareness, your vision, messages in regards to which, feeling drawn to content, stuff of that nature, even listings for houses, I feel, or it could be apartments, condos, you name it. But it feels like Spirit's saying the next 48 highlights the fact that you can make the right choice in regards to where you want to live moving forward, even if that's the same situation you're wrapped up with in this current 48-hour period, right? You have the choice, and it's up to you. We will guide you. We will update you, inform you. We will help you with that decision if need be. But it's sort of you're in the driver's seat, and you forget that at times because you're so spiritually guided at times, right? Or you just feel out of whack, or that lack of control comes to be, but you are in that driver's seat. But I feel like this isn't the only decision, choice, judgment you're going to have to make in the next 48. I do feel like there's a vibe of you looking up options, watching content, listening to music even, or seeing people out and about, observing in a lot of ways. Very intrigued is what I'm getting, and you're making a judgment call. You're maybe feeling a little bit judgmental, but I feel like that stems from your self-worth. It doesn't feel like a completely or at all a negative thing. It just feels like you are owning yourself in the next 48 in certain ways that people will feel in awe about, okay? I just feel like you have a way with words as well, and your vision in a multitude of ways on different levels is taking a highlight. Beautiful. A main female is taking a highlight. This could be you, could be somebody else, could be two main females. However it looks for you, I do feel like this person, if not you being this main female, is of true significance in the next 48. But I also feel like one more, your connection to a community will be of importance. Don't be concerned if a message comes through that doesn't feel ultra positive. I feel like it'll work out in your favor in the end, however that looks for you. Let's move on to the Mystic Mondays to continue for my lovely Aquarians. Okay, the Chariot and the Four of Cups, they came out in reverse. I feel like there's a focus on when you are lacking motivation and what is right for you, okay? And what's not right for you naturally. But I feel like Spirit's saying, in the next 48 and surrounding it, when you feel this lack of motivation, when you feel this lack of energy. I feel like some of which, like myself, at times feel like cemented to their bed in the morning, right? Like you just can't get up because I'm so affected by energy and spirits, however it looks for you. Stuff of that nature when you just don't feel, ugh, I don't want to get to work. I don't want to do my work. I don't want to clean. It's like this isn't obviously consistent or 24/7, but it happens to the best of us, right? If we're being completely honest. And so there's a need to be completely honest with yourself in regards to who or what you're associated with at that time, your surroundings, what you were doing previous to that, or in that moment is what you are needing to accomplish or wrap yourself up with. Something truly of importance, potentially, probably, but is it something you want to continue? Is it something that should continue, right? A person, place, situation. It may even remind you once again why you want to reach for a new destination or a new situation, in one way, if not multiple ways, okay? I'm also hearing, yes, a reminder where you're not meant to be in the long run, or just where you weren't meant to be, or where you're not meant to be now, okay? This could also be wrapped up with one, if not multiple people. But I'm also getting one change that comes to mind in the next 48. Trusting your intuition once again, it will lead to another one of importance. You need to trust that wholeheartedly. And it feels like a trickling effect. It's like one positive change feeling a bit risky but strategic, once again, all the meanwhile methodical, will lead to other methodical, important, potentially spontaneous changes, one after the other. And sometimes they'll come in pairs. I do feel like you're going to recognize that your world is meant to change moving forward in so many beautiful ways, but if you were to keep everything exactly the same, regardless of how comfortable it is at times, regardless of how maybe affordable or easy it feels at times, that's not going to help you grow. It's not going to help you experience more of the world or more of what you're meant for, and it's not going to help you surpass your potential. Absolutely beautiful. I feel like there's also a focus on what you're drawn to on a multitude of levels, but say specifically I'm getting sunglasses, okay, accessories, clothing, stuff of that nature, what you wish to purchase moving forward, or what you have recently or will in the next 48, what you choose to put on your physical body, even scents, colors, patterns. It feels like all of which is speaking upon what you're going through internally, okay? Not just change, but they're saying growth and emotions and stuff of that nature. Even happiness. And how creative you truly are is what I'm getting. There's a past heartbreak or disappointment that will take a highlight. It led you to where you are now. You need to trust that, okay? At least partially. If you had stuck with that person, place, or situation, regardless of how it came to an end or was dissipated from your life, it would have ended in even more disappointment, and or you would not have ended up where you are now, okay? But the Three of Pentacles, because the next 48 highlights the fact that as you walk in beauty, I'm also getting that situation was quite toxic and still would have been. But the Wondrous Universe card tying into the Three of Pentacles, as you walk in beauty in the next 48, is you're looking good, feeling good, and giving off great energy and accomplishing what you're meant to. And again, you are where you are for a reason. Trust that the attention you're getting is purposeful, will help you in the end, and is well-deserved, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. I'm sending you all the love and light. Go enjoy your next 48, and I'll see you next time.